another World of Tanks subscriber replay. My name as always is Maxwell, and today's video is from the user C-Sec. That is C-Sec, and he is driving the Tiger on an encounter battle on Himmelsdorf. And the Tiger is obviously the Tier 7 German heavy tank, the iconic tank of World War II, some might say, although slightly underpowered in this game because of that giant flat front plate that can be easily penetrated by tanks of the same tier. So anyway, on to the game. Just going to be heading down to Dead Man's Alley, coming down from the hill, as this is the place that the heavy tanks go to. Spots out a Wolverine and punishes him for sticking his head out, and then just backs off behind the building to let somebody else bore his wrath. Basically, letting somebody else getting shot by him. So just going to sit here and wait him out, and hopefully the Wolverine's going to poke his head out again, and then we're going to be able to finish him off. But no, it looks like an M5's poking his head out, so it looks like the enemy's decided to commit some light tanks and some tank destroyers to this flank, which is probably a little bit of a mistake, considering this is really where the tank destroyers and heavy tanks need to go, as they have that armor and that hit point pool to be able to hold this alleyway indefinitely, which is kind of the idea. When you control this alleyway, then you can control the center of the map and generally win a lot easier. Gets a good shot on that Crusader then. The Crusader just bounces, because while this may not be the best Tier 7 tank, up against a Crusader and a KV-1, it is going to kick their asses. So just playing it slowly and waiting for the KV-1 to poke his head out. Not sure what he thinks he's going to be able to achieve against these guys, although he gets a little bit of damage on the front of the Tiger there, doing some damage to his tracks. So C-Sec not going to worry too much about a KV-1. A KV-1's not really going to be able to take him out, so just going to sit here and wait him out, but keeping an eye on the mini-map on the centre of the map there. As you can see, there's a tank destroyer dueling with another heavy tank. Gets a good hit on the KV-1 there, unfortunately not doing any damage at all, being soaked up by the tracks. So just now got to be aware, because they appear to have lost the centre of the map. And there's going to be another heavy tank flanking around behind him any moment now. And it looks like the enemy has actually started the base capture. So he's going to have to head off and see if he can do something about that. As you can see, the KV-1S just coming around behind. Now the KV-1S, if he's got that fully upgraded cannon, he's going to be able to do some serious damage. But it looks like he does not have the fully upgraded cannon. So he's not really going to be able to do anything to this Tiger here. And the Tiger's just going to be able to sit and pump damage directly through the front of his turret there. KV-1S not really able to do anything in return, not able to bully him around or really do any damage to him whatsoever. He's just got to sit there and take it, and then his ally there, the Panzer IV, comes in and finishes him off for the kill. So it looks like the enemy has still got a base capture underway, so we're just going to speed it up a little bit until we get back into the action. So just going to head over and try and stop this base capture, although spots the fleeing Crusader on the mini-map there. That was good mini-map awareness. Sees him just trying to make his way out of the danger zone. Unfortunately gets taken out by the quick-thinking Tiger. So he's going to make his way over to a spot where he can get some eyes on the cap zone, but where he can keep himself safe, where there's plenty of cover. So who is there in the cap zone? As you see, it's a T-29, and he's looking in the wrong direction, so able to get some good damage through his rear there. Should be able to get a second shot on him, because he hasn't decided to run away, although he has turned himself around. Gets a good second hit. Not sure what this Panzer IV's wanting to achieve there, trying to squeeze his way through. Really, he should have just chosen a different route to come through, as this is where the Tiger is. So just being a bit of a jackass there. He could have driven around the other side of the house, but no, decides he wants to squeeze himself through in between the house and the Tiger. And it looks like the T-29 has taken up a position around the other side of this building now. Although if you look at the score, they're actually losing 9-13 at the moment, which is a little bit discouraging, considering the enemy still has 6 tanks and they only have 2. So not quite able to get any damage on the T-29 this time, and the Panzer IV just laying down some damage from behind. So we're going to try and flank around and get some damage on the back, although spots out the M41 there, just sat in the middle of the street. Fortunately, the M41 misses, so it's just a simple case of finishing him off. He's going to try and get round behind this building before the T29 was able to get any damage on him. Unfortunately, wasn't quite able to, because the T29 has finished off the Panzer IV, and it's just our man C-Sec here left against 5 enemy tanks. And this T29 has about the same hit points as him, and in my opinion, the T29 can be a superior tank to the Tiger, especially when it has that fully upgraded gun. And judging by the turret, he probably does have the fully upgraded gun. So we're just going to play peekaboo around this building. Unfortunately, the Tiger does not have the luxury of time. As the oh, very lucky there. T29 shooting at the side armour of the Tiger for some reason, and luckily only scraping and ricocheting, and amazingly able to set him on fire and finish him off with a single shot there. So absolutely brilliant, because C-Sec, the Tiger, did not have the luxury of time on his side there. As you see, they have 2 tank destroyers, a heavy tank. Is that a heavy? It is indeed, and an artillery who had won and captured the hill and would be sweeping down any moment now. So we're just going to speed it up a little bit until we get back into the action. Not sure which direction they're going to come from, and there is an artillery still on the map. So just going to have to keep moving and keep changing positions. Ah, there we go. They've come from the north. So what is that? That's an AT2 and an AT8. So it's a tier 6 and a tier 5, so fingers crossed, should be able to finish them off, although he only has 500 hit points, although they don't have maximum hit points either. So just trying to keep the building between himself and them for as long as possible, so that they can get closer, and then he can be guaranteed damaging hits. He doesn't want to waste any shells at the moment because of that reload time. When there's 2 of them, they can just flank around him. Although with the amount of hit points that the AT8 has, he's probably going to think twice about poking his head out. It looks like the AT2 can actually see his track there, so got to be careful, really got to wait. Oh, brilliant shot there, taking out his track and getting the last bit of damage, and then able to get behind the building before that AT8 takes his shot, and he should be able to reload. Oh wow, that AT8 reloads very, very quickly. That was a surprise. But luckily only taking him down to 86 hit points. But there is a Churchill 1 left. Not sure. Churchill 1 being a tier 5 tank, he's probably not going to have very many hit points left. And with the Tiger being ammo racked. Oh, there he is. Oh my god, he's got full hit points. So if he's got full hit points and the fully upgraded gun, let's take a look at him there. No, it doesn't look like he has got the fully upgraded gun. But if he manages to get a hit on the side or the rear armour of this Tiger, he's going to be able to pretty much take him out. But as you see, being ammo racked, he reloads very, very slowly, so not able to keep pinned down there, unfortunately. If he had a fully repaired ammo rack, then he would have been able to just keep pinned there indefinitely and try and get some damage on him. This Churchill 1 only really needs to get one good hit on the side armour or the rear armour, or even just use a couple of HE shells on that front armour. Should be able to take him out if he can hit some of those weak spots. So this is going to be very, very dangerous. Just playing a game of cat and mouse at the moment around this brick building. Going to see who breaks first. Oh, Tiger 2. No, not the Tiger 2. The Tiger shot, unfortunately hitting the brickwork. And the Churchill 1 is going to charge, and unfortunately doesn't quite have the reverse speed. And the Churchill gets, what's that, about 60 damage through the front, leaving him with just 26 hit points. So one more shot from this Churchill 1, if it penetrates, should be able to finish him off. The Churchill 1's probably going to need 3 to 4 shots from this Tiger, so he's going to have to play it really, really carefully and try and lure him out. There we go, he fired, and it only ricocheted. Luckily, it looks like the Churchill 1 is able to reverse back into cover in time, playing that one very, very well. Although you can just about see his turret, and able to get nearly 300 points of damage through there. Churchill 1 probably not sure how we got hit there. To be honest, he should be moving a lot quicker than he is. Just decides to charge around the corner, but he's got his gun in the wrong position, and just gonna ricochet on the front there. Oh, and that shot didn't do any damage either. That one looked like it was a HE shell. Unfortunately, just exploded harmlessly on the very thick front armour of this Tiger 1 and not doing any damage. And the Tiger 1 has reloaded now. To be honest, he's probably got the damage and the speed to just be able to get around the corner and finish off this Churchill 1. In fact, if he can reverse a little bit more and just pick out his turret. Wow. Absolutely brilliant there. Able to take out that Churchill 1 from full health to 0 with just 80 hit points. And afterwards only 26 hit points remaining. So it's going to transpire that he actually doesn't have enough time to finish the base capture off now. With it being an encounter battle, it ticks up very, very slowly, so he doesn't have enough time to cap. But it does turn out that the Hummel is actually AFK, which is real shame. That when you get an AFK, especially when it's one of your artillery, it just hurts, basically. So the guys are just going to tell him where he's camped out, because nobody likes AFKs and they all want him to pay his full repair cost for AFKing in a battle. And there you go, spots him out, and this is going to be the victory, unless the guy really is playing the long con and isn't AFK and is just waiting for him to come around the corner and blow his face off. Nope, he's definitely AFK. So thank you very much to CSEC for sending that game in there, showing how tough and tenacious you can be in a Tiger. Thank you to you guys for watching, and I will catch you next time.